All right. How do you start an anime collection? First, you don't ask me to borrow anything. Money, my Blu-rays, my DVDs. That'll be a great start, a smart start. But for real though, I had posted my anime collection video last week, and I started getting a lot of questions about how did I start, when did I start, why. Um, Really, man, let me just start with the history, I guess. So I've been collecting 5 years, and I had like a little bit of a hiatus in that 5 years. Um, I just kind of looked at it like I look at like anime collecting like collecting vinyl. Yeah, there's streaming services like Spotify and Apple Music and stuff like that, but it's just that feeling of having like a Stevie Wonder vinyl, and you take out your record player and you play it, and you may have like a glass of whiskey or something with it, or like you listening to like a Sinatra record or a Marvin Gaye record, or like some old rap, maybe like The Chronic or like NWA. It it just gives you like a different feeling, and sometimes like, hey, the quality don't matter to you. It's just that old raspy feeling that record gives you. That's what I look at like anime collecting like, man. Cause you can, of course, I have like a Crunchyroll account just like hundreds, thousands, or millions of other people do. But I just like sometimes to go on my shelf, see Cowboy Bebop, and like, all right, I'm just gonna pop that in and just start watching it, even though I can watch it on countless streaming services like Hulu or Netflix or Crunchyroll. Um, but I've been collecting 5 years, but I've been watching anime for 20 plus years. I ain't no newbie to the culture, baby. I'm a veteran for sure. Growing up, my dad he had a huge CD and vinyl collection, and all the kids in my old hood when they would actually come inside my house to like play like PlayStation or like anything like that. In the old basement in my parents' old house, they had like this basement was huge, like really really huge. So they always had like parties and stuff. But and I just sit there from like Kane or Minister Society on the steps, just trying to see what the adults was talking about and doing, and drinking, smoking, doing the usual stuff. But like my dad had like this little audio area in the basement where he had like his, 6 disc CD player and two big speakers, and then he just had a wall, like a complete wall of CDs. So when like my friends would come over for the first time and they'd see that wall of CDs, they'd be like, "Dang, like whose CDs is this? Can I borrow this? Can I borrow that?" And I'm like, "Nah, those are my pop CDs, man." And I guess that's where I got the energy from to collect something. Like, cause he had that collection. I didn't really collect anything growing up as a kid. Like, I didn't really collect like sports cards. I didn't collect Pokemon cards. I only use Pokemon cards to like play with them, like actually build decks to battle. So I ain't collect them. But I guess it was in my bloodline through my dad, and so I just started collecting anime. I did collect movies for a bit, but that lasted all of like maybe like 6 months, and then I sold all the movies or whatever. But yeah, he like my dad just had a variety of stuff like in music, and that's kind of how I wanted like my collection in anime to be, was just like a lot of variety and a lot of just stuff that reminded me of like my childhood. Because when I'm having like a bad day or something, I'm like, man, I'm gonna go home and just watch some Yu Yu Hakusho or watch anything that I have in my collection that'll lift my spirits up. It's deeper than just a bunch of Blu-rays and DVDs for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people don't understand who don't watch anime and be like, bro, like, why do you have all this? What does all this mean? I'm like, it's no different from what you collect. Everybody collects something. So so like I don't get like the whole just misunderstanding. It's everybody spend their money on something. They collect something. Unless you're just a pure minimalist, which I wish I was you. But yeah, everybody collects something. Everybody spend their money on something. So can't really talk about nobody. Hey, but enough about me, bruh. This about you and your future anime collection. So here's some tips on how to start your own anime collection. So the first piece of advice I would give, just right out the gate, is like what you like. Buy what you like. Don't don't use another collector standard and set it for yours, if that makes sense. So like I'll use sneakers for example. So let's say you collect Air Force Ones, right? And you have like hundreds of Air Force Ones in your crib, and you have maybe like some pennies or some Scottie Pippins or some Bo Jacksons and different other varieties of shoes sprinkled in, but the main foundation of your collection is Air Force Ones, right? And you showing me this collection, right? And I tell you like, hey, bro, I don't see no Jordan 3s. Man, if you ain't got no Jordan 3s, then that means that ain't a real sneaker collection. You're not a real sneaker collector. And that's like totally false. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if Jordan 3s look funny on your feet? What if you just don't like how Jordan 3s look? Or you know what I'm saying? So anime collecting is kind of the same way to me, where like if you have a collection of anime and I see like, oh man, you ain't got Death Note or you don't have Outlaw Star in yours. So that means you ain't no real collector. You're not into anime for real. That's bogus. That's corny. Like only collect the stuff that you like, period. Because with my collection, mine's is based on Toonami. So my thing is like, I grew up on Toonami. So my goal is to collect all the Toonami shows that I grew up on. And then one day when I'm free, I'll have like the exact Toonami block playing one day. I know that sounds weird, but that'd be super dope to me. Like I may want to even throw like a party one day, just to call it a Toonami party, and just play all the Toonami shows like in order that we saw them as kids, the same time, like and everything like that. And yeah, that's why I collect. So I collect stuff that I like. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen people with way bigger collections than mine, and like I don't have like Naruto in my collection. I don't have Fairy Tale. I don't have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I don't have Hunter x Hunter. Not to say that I like don't want those things. Like, well, Naruto, I only like the original one. So Shippuden and the one with his son, I don't like those. But the original, like Naruto with the Rock Lee and Gaara fight, I like that Naruto. So if they ever come out with that on Blu-ray for that series, I'll get that, like no questions asked, because I know I'm gonna watch it more than once. Fairy Tale, just not my cup of tea. I seen a few episodes and it just wasn't for me. Like, but in a lot of collections, I see almost everybody has Fairy Tale in it. Not me. It's just not for me. JoJo, I'm watching it now, but it's something I'll never buy because I know for a fact I wouldn't watch JoJo more than once. I'm only watching it because I made it like this far, and it's cool. It's a cool show, but I don't see myself like watching it ever again. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a fight here and there, but I can't see myself like sitting down like wanting to watch it from the beginning all the way to the end. And then Hunter x Hunter, I'm definitely gonna get that in the future. I think I'm just waiting on them to drop, I think the last Blu-ray set, and then I'm gonna just go get all of them. Or maybe I'll wait it out and see if they have like some type of collector's edition Blu-ray. But anyway, like I say all that, like I said, man, just get the stuff that you like, man. It's your collection. It's representing you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have like Akira in yours if you don't want to. You don't have to have Cowboy Bebop in yours if you don't want to. Just collect the stuff that you want. Like, cause the collectors that you looking at, or even me, like someone looking at my, like I said, people's looking at mine, like, how can I get this, that, and the third? I'm like, do you even like it, or do you just want it because you see it in everybody else's? We not putting money on your collection. You putting your money in. So spend the money. You might as well spend the money on the stuff that you like. It don't make sense to not spend the money on the stuff that you don't like, but you feel like, hey man, I have to have this in here because the anime community says so. Man, that's corny, that's lame. Do you like what you like? Never forget that. The second thing would, I guess I would say, is I guess I can go back to what I was saying about like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Um Only buy anime that you gonna watch. It don't make sense to me to buy anime that you don't plan to watch and just let it sit there. I mean, I know some of these like special editions or like collector's edition boxes look pretty and all, and they'd be great for decoration, but like I actually want to put it in my Blu-ray player and actually watch these things, you know what I'm saying? I actually like watching the content. So it just doesn't make sense to just let something sit on your shelf or sit out and just collect dust and not use it. I know I'm bringing up sneakers again, but it's like the same with sneakers. I never understood people who buy sneakers and don't wear them. Like it just don't make sense to me. Like I know if I know I got a rule for me where if I don't see myself watching it more than 10 times, I'm not gonna buy it. Or if I have like buyer's remorse and I buy something and I'm like, you know what? I ain't gonna, I know I'm not gonna watch this more than once. I end up selling it. Somebody else gonna probably love it, you know what I'm saying, and watch it 20 more times, you know? But for me, it's like I gotta watch it more than once. It gotta have some type of replay value to me, or I don't feel right buying it. Like I said, man, you don't want to waste your money. Waste your money on something that you're gonna watch a lot. You know what I'm saying? Anything else is just really, really strange to me. All right, the next thing is get you a region-free Blu-ray player. You don't want to run into the problem that I had when I got my Gurren Lagann complete series. I didn't know what regions were at the time. So I bought it. I seen it was on sale online. I bought it, brought it home, didn't play in my original Blu-ray player. I thought I had a defective product. No, the only thing that was defective was my brain and my inability to read. So I had to go to Best Buy. I asked this dude, like, hey, I need a region-free Blu-ray player. And he was like, he pointed me to this Blu-ray player. He said it was region-free. Turns out he didn't know what he was talking about because that wasn't region-free either. So I ended up buying a Sony region-free Blu-ray player off of Amazon. At the time I got it, it cost $80. I got it while it was on sale, luckily. It was running, I want to say like $119 originally, so it might be that price range or it might be anywhere in the $80-$90 price range. But in my collection, I only have two one. Yeah, I only have two titles that are from Region B, and that's Gurren Lagann and the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood Complete Series. Everything else can be played in the US, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, get you a region-free Blu-ray player, because a lot of anime that you're gonna buy and that you may think look dope is only like can only work in Europe. So I don't want you to spend your money, wait for it to get to you, and then come to find out you can't even play it, and then you're gonna be upset. Nah, go ahead, get you a region-free Blu-ray player, or just be very careful, you know what I'm saying? If you already got a Blu-ray player or a DVD player, just always read to see what the region is of what you buying. And I want to say our region in the US is region A. So if it says region A, you good to go, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you ain't got to drop 80 or 90 or $120 on a region-free Blu-ray player if you don't want to. But if you gonna dive into it like I do, and you see something interesting, and you're like, yo, it's only in Europe, then I would invest in a region-free Blu-ray player, and then you're gonna be good to go. Looking for and buying anime can be very satisfying, and it can give you a headache. For me, the satisfying part is that by me buying anime and collecting it, I'm contributing and keeping the culture alive. So there's a lot of people who, this is the people that create the stuff that I'm watching. This is their livelihood. This is their job. You know what I'm saying? This is their lives. And this is the way I support them and keep their lights on. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to work for free. You know what I'm saying? Or have somebody bootleg my stuff. That'll hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the like satisfying part for me, man. It just keeps everything going, and then that you putting more revenue back into a culture that we all love. So it don't make sense to like try to like cheat the game and like bootleg everything. Now the headache can come in like a lot of forms. For me in my collection is finding out of print titles. That's the hard part. So for example, take the original Full Metal Alchemist. I have Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I want the original one too, but the original one is out of print. That original one is, I think last time I checked, it was either going for like $200 or $300. I love anime, but I'm not paying $200 for that. So since I don't want to buy or pay that price for that, I gotta go find like a third party seller and try to get it from them, and I don't know what I'm getting. So the amount of reliability is gonna be up and down. So it may be somebody who got good feedback and they just gonna send it to me in great condition. It can be somebody who say they like reliable, and they may send me some trash or a bootleg. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that can be the headache. Finding like out of print stuff is difficult. Like finding it at a good price. I mean, that's the hard part about it. And then the places that you gotta go to buy it is let me break them down while I'm here. So you got places like Right Stuff. Right Stuff is very, very reliable. I've never had a bad experience with Right Stuff. I think the best time to buy from them is like when they have sales, because they pretty expensive any other time, and that's the only time I buy from them is if they having a sale, which I like. I subscribe to them through my email, and then they'll let me know if there's a sale going on. Then I'll go look. Other than that, they stuff pretty expensive. You know what I'm saying? So, but like for example, they just had like a huge holiday sale. I got like the Gundam Wing complete series basically for $30. You know what I'm saying? And that was on DVD. The Blu-rays I think was like maybe like $10 more, but there was no difference between like the Blu-rays or the DVDs to me. So I was like, I opted to go for the DVDs anyway. What's another one? You got Aniplex. Okay, Aniplex. You basically got to give up your liver and sell it on the black market to get something off of there. They're very expensive. I'll give you an example of like, well, I'm trying to think what's on Aniplex that was like, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood on Aniplex was like outrageous. I don't remember the price, but it was just super high. And I'm like, no, cannot do it. They have a reputation for that, but they reliable too. I never heard anybody having like an ultra bad experience with like purchasing stuff from them. What I'm leaving now. So you got Sentai. Sentai, like Aniplex, very, very expensive also, but they have sales. Aniplex don't never have sales. Sentai actually has sales just as good as like Right Stuff does. So they're a good website to check out too. I'll give you an example of how like expensive Sentai is. So Go-Go 13, the series on Sentai, the last time I checked, it was anywhere from $80 to $90. I got Go-Go 13, the complete series on Amazon for $30. That's like this huge price jump or price decrease. From I think I think with Centaur, I think the reason why they so expensive is because the stuff that they have is just their stuff that they are licensed to have, I think. So I think that's part of the reason why it's so high. Because if you go on there, you try to look up like Hunter x Hunter or something, you're not gonna find it on there because Sentai isn't behind that. So they only have like their titles and stuff like that. And I think that's why they're so expensive. But yeah, that's the huge that's how expensive it is when they don't have a sale. But when they do have sales, they really have sales. They really cheap. Of course you have eBay. eBay's very iffy. I only I only shop on eBay for out of print stuff because that's the best place you can go, and then you can haggle. So you can you can make an offer for like a price to lower it and see if that seller is willing to match your price or whatever. The eBay, man, I've had a lot of bad experiences with eBay, but I've had a lot of good ones too. But now it's like you just learn from the mistakes. You're like, all right, I know what to look for and what makes like a good seller. First, you got to look at those pictures because on eBay, you're more prone to get a lot of bootlegs. So you got to look at the pictures. What I do is I look at the picture of it and then I go Google it and see if I can find at least 4 exact matches. Like, okay, that's an authentic title that they selling. So, all right, I'm willing to buy that. Um, Other than that, like I just go there for my out of print stuff. I don't think I've ever purchased anything new off of eBay, which is kind of backwards. But the out of print stuff on other sites um is gonna be super high. Like I said, it's gonna be like 200, like 150 or higher. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't folding like that, bro. I can't do it. Then last you got Amazon, of course. Amazon is the one I shop on the most. Mainly because of the 2-day shipping. There's no point in having Amazon if you don't have 2-day shipping. It's just pointless. But I get the package quick and it's reliable, especially if you like they show you with the prime price next to it, and then if you want to look for it used, you'll look at the new and used at this price. But usually like the used on Amazon is like really high. So I never look at the used price. I always get it new, and then I just get it through them. You know what I'm saying? And it's reliable where I can like if something happens to the package or something like that, I know I can get like reimbursement or something like that. Versus if I'm dealing with like an eBay seller, I gotta jump through like a lot of hoops to get that money back. But yeah, Amazon always the plug, man. Except for out of print stuff. If you looking for any out of print stuff on Amazon, bruh, you rich, and I want to be a part of your family. But back to the satisfying part, like what makes like collecting satisfying is like it's the hunt, man. It's like I can't explain the feeling when I be at work all day and it was just like a long day, and then sometimes I forget that there was like a package that I ordered or uh something that's at the crib waiting on me, especially if it's out of print and I come home and I open it, like every time it's like Christmas morning, you know what I'm saying? Every time you get a package, it feels good. And then you can't wait to watch it. Then you start watching it and then you remember how dope it was. Or if it's something new that you never seen, you're like, wow, I'm glad I got into this. And then of course you put it on your shelf, look at it like, okay, I did that. Look at it. Another notch in my belt. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the family type thing going on. It's fun, man. It's fun. Everybody got a hobby. It's a hobby. All this is just a hobby. It can be an expensive one sometimes, or it can be an inexpensive one. It just depends on how you go about it. But yeah, that's another satisfying thing that's great about collecting anime. Make a lot of space because you're gonna need it. I don't even collect like manga or like action figures or like toys from anime. I'm just strictly Blu-rays and DVDs, and I've run out of space. So you're probably gonna want to invest in a shelf, like a nice shelf, especially if you're gonna collect like manga and Blu-ray and DVDs and like toys and stuff. Yeah, you might as well get you 2 shelves, um, and plan out accordingly, because if you're an anime collector, if you collect or anything, the minimalist lifestyle is just not in your future. Even though like this is the only thing I have a lot of, is like anime, the Blu-rays and DVDs. Everything else is kind of like minimal. I don't have like a lot of like shoes or like clothes. I rotate those things. So I have like 5 pairs of shoes that I wear like in constant rotation. I don't feel the need to have like more pairs than that. Or like clothes same way. It's just the anime. That's the only thing that I got like a lot of. I think like right now, cause right now I have one of those it's like a 4-cube organizer, completely full. So at first I was gonna buy the exact same one and just place it on top of it, so I make it an 8. But I think I'm gonna fill that second one up pretty quick too. I'm just better off just getting a whole new shelf and just a huge shelf and then just filling it up with everything I need. Cause that's the one. It's a good thing, but it's kind of like an annoying thing too. Cause it's some things where you don't want them in drawers. You like the way it looks. You love the feng shui of it all. So I don't like having like my stuff in like drawers and stuff, because sometimes I forget that forget it's there. I'll tear the whole like house apart looking for something, and then I was like, oh, I put it in that drawer or in a closet behind me in some box somewhere and forgot I put it there. But yeah, like make space, make room. You gonna need a lot of it. No disrespect to the manga readers. Like I like reading manga on my iPad. If I start collecting manga, it's game over. I'll have no place to put that, man. I'm just gonna stick to the script on that and just keep reading manga on my iPad. I can't do it, man. Even though a lot of them look cool, like I've seen a lot of manga collections on YouTube that look amazing. I'm like, man, I like the covers, I like the art of it, but I don't know. I guess my excuse for me not collecting is saving the trees. And I don't have the space for it, man. I can't do it. I cannot do it. Toys is something that I'm not into for real, man. Like I like stuff like dolls, like I got a stuffed Bulbasaur. I love Bulbasaur. That's my favorite Pokemon. Please do not stone me to death for Bulbasaur being my favorite Pokemon. But yeah, I got like a stuffed Bulbasaur. Some of the little Funko Pop joints, I got like a bunch of like One Piece ones, but they in a closet behind me. They just kept getting in my way. I kept knocking them over. I, me collecting toys, that just ain't in the cards for me, bruh. Same with the manga. I just like reading the manga on my iPad. It just look cleaner, you know what I'm saying? And it's like easier on my eyes. It may be bad for my eyes reading off my iPad, I don't know, but it's easier for me to read it on an iPad versus me having it physically. Man, another thing, please understand that this can be an expensive hobby, bruh. Like, you already heard some of the numbers I dropped in this video. Is those for the out of print stuff. That's always gonna be expensive. But like even then, some of these Blu-rays that ain't out of print, they be running like $60 to like $70. Like you think about it, in some places that's a utility bill. You know what I'm saying? They keep the lights on. It can be an expensive hobby. I think every collector is run into like something that they purchase where you're just like, I can't believe I just paid that much for that. But I guess my advice would be to always look for a deal and try to, like, you know what I'm saying, get in where you fit in, low key. There's always deals out there. Like I said, the Neon Genesis Evangelion perfect collection that I got, that's because that came through haggling. You know what I'm saying? I got that off eBay. You know what I'm saying? But it came through haggling. So I wasn't buying that for $150, bro. No way, no how. So I was like, yo, how can I find like a good deal? You just got to keep searching and keep digging, man. It's kind of like vinyl again, you know what I'm saying? Like when you digging in the crates trying to find some like gems and stuff like that. Yeah, man, you try to find it for the best price you can, you know? But yeah, it can get expensive, bro. It can get very expensive, man. Just don't go outside, bro. Don't take care of your responsibilities first. You know what I'm saying? Always have a budget for it. I have a budget for my collection. For the next month or two, I'm done. Like I'm not buying nothing else like for the next 2 months. You know what I'm saying? I always like to like build and write down like the stuff I want. Like I try to get it in bulk. So like when I really have a haul, it's really a haul. Like there's boxes waiting for me at the crib. But yeah, I always try to make a budget of what I buy with anime. I take care of my responsibilities first, you know, the bills and all that stuff. And then I try to save up towards buying it. Like I'm like, hey, I got the money left over. Let me just blow the money I got left over for that. Now I like to save money, and then like, okay, I saved, I worked hard, and I earned this. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental thing, but it's also smart. You always want to go with a budget. You always want to budget what you spending in and out, man. Like I said, you don't want to be out here spending just thousands and thousands of dollars just on stuff, and then you just out here broke. You know what I'm saying? No, man. You want to be, you want the best. You want a good collection, and you want like a good life, man. Don't go homeless over no anime, man. It ain't that deep on me. Yeah, that's all the tips I got though, man. Shout out to everybody keeping the culture alive, whether you buying anime or you going to like different conventions, the conversations, making videos like this on YouTube or other platforms. Just everything, man. Just the support. That's what keeps everything thriving and moving, so we can get more content in the future. Shout out to everybody that's about to start a collection, man. Again, get what you like, man. Don't worry about having the biggest collection. That don't mean nothing, man. Like, bigger don't mean better. You know what I'm saying? It's about quality. And that quality means, like, what's quality to you? Period. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, everybody, for watching this video. I know it's about to be long, but my bad. Man, I'm Benny Greenheart. I'm signing out. Peace.